Hello everyone, and welcome back to Behind the Map. In this episode, we'll be taking a look at Prologue 1, Part 1, Sacred Bonds. Like the rest of you, I'm personally feeling a little anxious for the Sacred Stones banner, so I thought I would do a Behind the Map episode featuring our favorite Sacred Stones duo, JaeAIK and Ephraim. This Prologue follows the layouts of the Prologue chapter of Fire Emblem The Sacred Stones. This is the very first chapter, and for some, their first ever Fire Emblem chapter. In Fire Emblem Sacred Stones, the game starts you right off explaining how the land of Magville came to be. In an era of darkness ruled over by the demons, mankind sought after some kind of hope to end this era of demons. In this era of darkness, they founded the Sacred Stones to seal away these demons. These Sacred Stones are now passed around to the 5 major kingdoms of Magville, blah blah blah, a bunch of backstory that does not matter right now. This part of the prologue isn't important till later, so we'll ignore this part for now until a real Sacred Stone banner comes out with real Sacred Stones content. But what does matter is that right out of the gate, we learn that one of the major kingdoms, Grotto, suddenly invades Renace, the kingdom in which JaeAIK and Ephraim live, ruled over by their father, Fado. Because this was a surprise attack from Grotto, Renace is unable to counterattack, thus leaving Fado to die defending his throne and having his daughter JaeAIK escape with his trusty knight of Renace, Seth. And when I say trusty, I really do mean it. This guy will solo the game for you. Upon escaping, they're ambushed by a general of Grotto, Valter. This menacing Wyvern rider is tasked with killing JaeAIK, and to protect her, Seth takes the blow. It should be noticed that Valter is an extremely skilled user of the lance, so Seth taking a hit here had to have hurt. But what's interesting here is that Valter lets him live because hunting a prey is much more fun for him, and so Seth and JaeAIK get away. It's here on this map that they meet Grotto soldiers while trying to escape, and thus the prologue begins. This is where some of the Fire Emblem fanbase probably learned how to play Fire Emblem, and so as a longtime Fire Emblem fan, that brings a tear to my eye. In the Heroes map, there are only 2 characters present here, JaeAIK and Ephraim. Ephraim at this point in the game is not a playable character for the next 7 chapters, but was most likely thrown in here as a character because this is a Sacred Stones map, and Ephraim is basically the poster child for the Sacred Stones. Ephraim, at this point in the actual Sacred Stones, is actually in guerrilla warfare against the kingdom of Grotto in an attempt to divert Grotto's attention away from Renace. It has to be noted Ephraim is smart as fuck, and one of his many memes, "I don't pick fights I can't win," is honestly the best way to describe his tactical mind. He's methodical and very smart with how he maneuvers himself and his soldiers around. But upon hearing about his father's death, he heads back towards Renace in hopes to meet up with his sister, JaeAIK. As for JaeAIK, she had basically just witnessed her father get murdered in the hands of the Grotto Empire. At first, she doesn't know. In fact, she doesn't even know if the kingdom of Renace has fallen. But she isn't some princess that waits for her Prince Charming. No. She decides that fighting back and figuring things out for herself is the way to go. Though clueless, JaeAIK here demonstrates a strong will in helping people, and decides after finding out the death of her father to find her brother, Ephraim. If you take a look at this map and the Heroes map, you'll probably recognize everything right away. A narrow passageway covered by mountains. There isn't any backstory to this place other than you gotta cross the river to get to Frelia, another major kingdom in the land of Magville. Here we see JaeAIK and a Lance Cavalier, most likely representing Seth. We also see Ephraim here because it's a Sacred Stones map, and Ephraim is basically the poster child to this series. We also see a random green mage present here, who I'm positive doesn't have any representation in anyone, but is put there to make the map a little more difficult. However, if I had to put a name to someone, I'd most likely guess Lute, because she's basically the first mage you get in the game, but I highly doubt it's her. But either way, that wraps up another episode of Behind the Map. If you enjoyed the series, let me know in the comment section why. I appreciate all feedback that I get doing this series. If you really like the video and the content that I make, leave a like and stay subscribed for more content. And finally, as always, thanks for watching.